Hey y'all, it's Krypton Critics, and this is my friend Isaiah.
What's up?
And I'm here to review Venom, but I want someone to like bounce off this conversation with. So this movie was directed by Ruben Fleischer and was composed by Ludwig Göransson, who did Black Panther.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Stars Tom Hardy as Eddie and Venom. Stars Michelle Williams as his once girlfriend, and Riz Ahmed plays Carlton Drake, and Jenny Slate plays Dr. Dorothy Skirt. Now, every time I heard her name, I thought about the one like Roots song where like most stuff said, "When the motor goes skirt."
Oh my god.
Every time I would hear it, I would think of that.
Bad, bro. Dang.
I had to make the most hip hop connection possible in my head.
Nah, for me, actually, like when I kind of like heard Venom was gonna be playing, I was low-key kind of scared. Because then I was like, who can fill the role for being Venom? And it was Tom Hardy. And I was like, who's Tom Hardy again?
He's the dude that played Bane.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So I was like, all right.
He's been in a couple of movies where people are like, okay, I see what you're doing.
All right, yeah.
You know, he's the one to look out for.
Okay, all right. For me, when I looked at it, I was like, okay, all right, it's not that bad of a trailer. You know what I mean? When I first saw the trailer, it was different. It was hella different, actually. Better than Spider-Man 3.
What, the whole movie, just the trailer?
No, the 3 Spider-Man versions. 3 different Spider-Man versions. 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. You're saying the like the look and the feel that they gave to Venom was just better.
Wait, was it 3? Was it?
3 was the one that had Venom.
Okay, yeah, make sure.
Yeah.
So,
one thing I can say automatically, whether you like or dislike this movie, Tom Hardy runs circles around Topher Grace in Spider-Man 3.
That's
Like,
true.
you know, even though there are some lines I do, like he says, I like almost anything when he was in the church and he got the Venom.
Yeah.
Everything else I don't like. Like him, like, you know, talking about like, oh yeah, Gwen Stacy's hot, like in front of her dad, and like taking a picture and like complaining, like, oh my camera, oh no, and when he was like banana, I'm just like, oh my god.
It's so cheesy.
And then he got the fangs.
Yeah, it was so cheesy though.
But you know, okay. Anyway, this movie we have Riz Ahmed, who's like a big, rich, you know, mogul, right?
Yeah.
And he owns this company that, you know, invests in satellites, big ships, you know, cancer research, like everything that, you know.
So I was laughing at the fact you said big sites. I know.
Satellites.
Okay. Alright, cool.
So, you know, the movie starts off and we get, you know, a shuttle crash is having re-entry and it falls into Malaysia.
Right.
And Riz Ahmed's character is just like, oh shit. There's like these weird, like alien spindly things and this liquid. It's like, oh my god, it's a symbiote. And they find it and they're like, oh, we need to like put some research in this. And they're like, take it back to America. Like, get this pronto.
That's no. But okay. Yeah. No, I'm like, no, because, like, if you find some shit, honestly, I'll just leave it, honestly. I wouldn't even try to touch it. It's like, you know, it's like...
Well, he didn't touch it. He's like, well, I'm going to make other people do it because I got money. Why the fuck do I need to touch it?
Pretty rich kid.
But that being said, like, even though, like, Carlton Drake is a fucking asshole in this movie, and it's just, like, he gets under people's skin, at the same time, you know, before he does it, he makes you feel like you're welcome, that someone cares about you.
Oh, God, one of those.
Yes. I'll get to, like, a really prime example where before I wasn't sure, like, how much I fully felt about the character. I knew I liked the performance. Yeah. But after I saw this, I'm like, okay, I like this villain. But now we see Eddie Brock, you know, he's living in America. You know, he's doing well. He's in San Francisco, California, and he's you know, journalist and reporter and all that. One thing that I can't believe is that with his personality, he's a journalist. Yeah. Like, because he acts almost exactly the same throughout the movie. It's a really good performance, and he's like kind of like socially retarded and can't really talk to people, but he still has like a charm to him. All at the same time. But the problem is, he's like that when he's also a journalist. I'm like, at least put on a different face, because he's like, oh, you know, I have this, and thank you. I'm just like, I don't believe it. But that being said,
he's trying to make the character, you know. He's trying to, you know, go through the not go through the motions, but like, you know, make it consistent.
Yeah, to me it'd be like if you're trying to convince me that Mark Zuckerberg is gonna be the next, you know, new trap rapper. Just like I don't fucking believe it. But you know, I can't. It's nothing against the performance because the performance is done well. Just like putting those two together don't match.
Okay.
This movie also has the guy who plays Bobby Fish from Luke Cage.
For real?
Yeah, but he's not playing Bobby Fish. I know this is another Marvel movie, but he's not. Well, Luke Cage was a movie, but he's playing like the head of the publisher. The head of the publisher that he's running. He says, okay, whatever you do, when you meet Carlton Drake, don't say any shit, okay? Because you're just going to get run over. And he's like, man, I just have a hunch that this dude's evil. It's like he has a sixth sense. Oh, my God. I mean, but he's fucking right. You know, like, I can't say he's wrong, but he wants to do it in a way where he's questioning him on not only his morals, but, you know, some of his previous practices that, you know, could violate, you know, human rights and shit. So he goes up to him and he like goes to the Life Foundation, and, you know, like everyone's like pretty cool with Carlton Drake because he's like talking to the kids and like giving them inspirational speeches and like gives one of his pins and like, here you go, kid. Seems very nice with the kids, and you know he's you know a well put handsome man. He's like, oh yeah. But when like Tom Hardy's like trying to ask him questions, he's like, no, get out. And he's like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, you ain't gonna talk shit about me in front of my friends. You know what this is? I'm rich, motherfucker. He might as well have said that, but he did a lot calmer. So as a result of this, his girlfriend was working with the Life Foundation. She leaves him. It like drops a box in front of him and puts their engagement ring in his pocket.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, and he loses his fucking job. And like 6 months later, he's still like living in a shitty apartment with like a dude that's like playing his guitar too loud. And like every day he like bumps in, he sees the same homeless woman named Maria that like hands him like his newspaper and goes into like like a little quick mart stop that's like run by like this middle-aged Asian woman. He's like, I told you that you're supposed to do meditation. He's like, it didn't work. It was in Mandarin. And he just like grabs Pop-Tarts and like tater tots and because he's fucking poor, so he has to eat like shit.
To maintain that physique. To maintain that big physique, he has to eat dirty bulk.
Oh, now I think about it, I'm like why is he like built like that? like he's like he has to have been like a boxer when he was like a little kid and shit.
Nah, man, some of these actors that actually have to maintain.
No, I'm not talking about the character.
Oh, you're talking about the character?
Yeah, I'm sure Tom Hardy like has a pretty decent workout regimen because he's been bulk for a minute.
Yeah.
There's a reason he played Bane.
He's the only one that played Bane.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He's not?
There was a really shitty one from the 90s.
Oh.
The Schumacher movie. But rest in peace to that guy because he passed away not too long ago. Anyway, so his
performance is messed up.
So he rides a motorcycle, and like his life is now shitty, and like later he like bumps it back into his like old flame, and she's with a new guy, and they still live in the same apartment, and he's like looking over and he's trying to like say hi to their cat, and he's just like, oh my God, you feel bad for this dude because he ain't got shit else anymore, like college. He still keeps the ring on him, like in his pocket, because he still doesn't want to give it up. And she's with a new guy. She's with a doctor now.
Oh.
Now the doctor character doesn't have much character, but he's not supposed to because he's just like a doctor that hangs out. He's the other boyfriend. Like
he's the rebound, right?
That's what happens in some.
Is he the rebound?
Is he the rebound? I don't know.
Don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
Okay.
Because Anne and Eddie don't get back together. They kind of hit they would, but they officially don't. And it's not like they're cheating behind his back. Just like you gotta feel bad for like the dude that barely says anything. Yeah. But so we find out that Carlton Drake has been. He's like, you know what? Fuck using rabbits as test subjects. Let's get some humans in this bitch. And Dr. Skirt is like He's like, don't you think that's a pretty immoral? Like, we don't really know how the symbiote shit works. And he's like, well, we have to worry about like human condition now. Like we really had to understand how we can fix the problems of humanity. Okay, we just say we're going to do it and we really don't. Then nothing's going to happen.
Oh, just cut me out the frame. I see how you guys like this. We don't really see much of this guy.
And he says, anyway, how's your sons? He said it would be a shame if they had died from cancer because we didn't finish our research. They can happen to anyone's child. It's like, oh my god, this dude is fucking awesomely disturbing.
Disturbing is not even the word I would say or use in a sense, anyways.
So it gets. So he starts testing a human. Now, this is the moment where I'm just like, okay, I like this character. So he gets like a dude that's like probably like on heroin or some shit. Like someone like a lot of people wouldn't care if he like died. Society had just given up on him.
Okay.
Limited education, so he didn't know what he was getting into.
Okay.
So. He's like behind some plexiglass inside, the Life Foundation building in San Francisco, and they have a symbiote like in like a little, like jelly bean tube and shit. And so Carlton Drake is like, "Hey, come over here. So your name is Isaac?" He's like, "Yeah, my name is Isaac."
I'm just gonna fix this real quick.
And he says, are you familiar that Isaac is a biblical name? He's like, yes. And then Carlton Drake starts saying that, I always thought Isaac.
Now you're caught the frame.
Now he said, I always thought Isaac was a hero in the Abraham story. Isaac and Abraham.
So basically, he's manipulating him to use him for the tough subject.
Yes, but he says that I always thought he was a hero because he didn't back down even when God suggested to his own father to murder him. He stood there strong. He said, that's a true test subject right there. And he's like...
That's what he said?
No.
Oh.